Hey everyone, welcome back to Marketing 100. I'm Kayle, your salon and spa business bestie, and I'm joined today, as always, by my good friend and the founder of the salon business, John Halberg. We are here to give you 100 snackable, tactical marketing tips to help you level up your salon or spa business. Today is no different. Today, John tells me he's got some extra special, spicy information for me. He wants to help me avoid getting a little too heated, a little too worried, which is a good thing because I'm prone to anxiety and prone to freaking out. But John, can you be my therapist today and tell me exactly what the we're talking about?
The topic of the day is kill the overwhelm and focus on what matters. I hear this a lot with business owners. There's just so much on your shoulders. There's so much you need to deal with. There's like so many problems, one after the other. And that can put us into this like sense of like being overwhelmed. And I want to talk about this in the context of marketing, because I think being overwhelmed is one of those things that just like eats up on your energy. It eats up on your space for thinking about other things and to actually be productive and to get things going. So I do see this as a key piece for a business owner to have success in the business.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's easy to get in your head and think that you can't do something or that there's too many obstacles in your way. And I mean, I've said this before on the show, there's a million reasons not to do something. I'm going to chalk that quote up to Jan Levinson from The Office. Jan Levinson. But this particular the mindset is actually super destructive. I think it prevents people from taking chances. And if you don't take chances, then you kind of don't give yourself room to grow in a lot of ways, you know?
Yeah. So obviously, this is like a huge topic. We're going to keep this simple today, focus on one particular concept. What I want to talk about is the concept of open loops. It's something that I stole from David Allen, who you might be familiar with. He's written the book Getting Things Done. Open loops is this like cloud of things that you kind of know you need to deal with, but you haven't really defined what exactly is it that you need to do. It's just like living out there as things that you know need to be done, right? There's stuff that is not working today that needs to be fixed, but you haven't really like defined what it is. And it just lives there as like dark clouds. And you don't need many of those. Like even if you just have like 3 or 4 of them in your life, that can already start to like feel as overwhelmed. You're going to be reminded at like random times, right? Maybe when you're going to bed or like maybe when you're in the shower and you cannot do anything about it, but it just like keeps popping up and then it just kind of hangs around as like dark clouds. Because like as we go through this exercise, you kind of work through it and you clarify it and then it sort of like goes away and you kind of like, okay, I don't feel overwhelmed anymore. I feel like I'm in charge here. So first, take a piece of paper, write down what they are, and just like try to get it like out of your head down on a paper. So it's not just living up here. After that, you just like work through those one by one. And you kind of decide like, is this something that is just like one thing I need to do? I need to pick up the phone and call a person and it will go away. Or is it something that is actually like a bigger goal that you need to fix? Maybe it's like, oh, I have like a vacant position that I need to fill, or I'm not getting enough booking. I need to fix my marketing, or even like within your marketing, maybe it's, the website needs to be fixed, but it's not just something that you can just go and do, right? You'll list them on a list that you just call projects, because there are like multiple things needs to happen. And then you have a separate list that you call actions. Separating like projects from actions is the key here. If you think about like the regular to-do list, what we often do is that we have kind of a mix of like projects on that list and we have a mix with like actions of stuff that we need to do. It's just the problem is like these projects, you just keep like procrastinating. Like if you haven't really defined what it is and what you need to do next to move that forward, it's just going to like remain that like dark cloud that you're like, oh, you look at it and like, oh, whatever, I'll go to the next one, right? And you don't take action.
It's much easier to tackle like the smaller ones and just leave that big one out there hanging in the mist.
It is. So like just first get everything down, all these dark clouds down. You don't need to think too much about what it is, just get them down. Then the things that are going to require multiple steps to fix, you put it on a projects list, and where you have specific actions that you need to take, you put it on like a separate list that you just call actions. And then you just go through your projects and you think, like you take the time and the space for yourself to think about what is it actually that I need to do next? Like if it is my website that I need to fix, actually, I need to speak with my cousin who knows a bit about website to get some ideas on where I should start. Like, should I work with an agency, or should I, like, what should I do? Like, that's maybe like a specific action that I need to take, and you write that on the action list. And then you go to the next like project that you have, like this goal that you want to achieve. Okay, I need to maybe have a tough career conversation with a member of staff, like, and you're kind of procrastinating because you're not really sure how to approach that. What's the like one specific action that I need to do next, right? Maybe it's in that case, like, I just need to sit down and think about where is it actually that this person is falling short. It's not just that it's not working, like, but what is actually like the specific thing that I want to talk about? That could be the action, which is just like, I just need to think through and get clear on like, where is this person falling short? That's the next action that I need to do. And just make sure, like, for each of those like projects that you have, at least one specific action to kind of move that thing forward. Like, it makes it so much more likely that you will, you have the energy to kind of lean in to do it, because it's concrete, it's easy, you know what you need to do. It's no longer just like a dark cloud hanging around there.
No, it makes sense. I mean, I think leaving things out there in the ether, just like kind of unaddressed, it's too easy to, we talked about avoidance as like a common emotion. When we were talking with Nina like a week or two ago, we're oftentimes emotionally led. We run our businesses with emotion instead of doing it on, facts or data or things that we should be using. And especially when it comes to like things that we don't fully understand or we don't grasp, and maybe they're scary, we tend to be avoidant and we tend to put them to the side, because it's much easier to just address all the little things here that like I can take care of right now. And like, yeah, this show is about tactical things that you can take and do right now. One of the things you should do right now is quit procrastinating on some of the more important stuff and start to chip away at it. Because unless you take that first little chisel and hammer to that piece of stone, it's never going to become that beautiful Michelangelo with the leaf and the PP and balls. So you got to really take the time to make that happen. If you need to reach out to your team to get an initiative in the works and get the ball rolling, sometimes that's really helpful to know that there's people watching you, to know that there's eyes on you to do something. Sometimes that's all it takes to push you a little bit further into trying something new. I think the thing I would add here is just remembering that you're not doing this alone necessarily, right? Especially if you have a team, you're not doing it alone. And embracing that sense of community that exists wherever it is. You know what I mean? Whether it's in online communities or whether it's within your own salon or spa, use those resources to your advantage and start chipping away at those things that seem too big.
We shouldn't make this more complicated than what it is, breaking down the dark clouds, the open loops, crystallizing what is the goals and projects, what's the specific actions I need to take. Pen and paper will do just fine. Or if you have a notes app or like a to-do app, there's like some of those basic ones, that will like take you far. So like, yeah, keep it simple, easy to maintain is my tip there.
Awesome. That's what we've got for you today, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of Marketing 100. If you're not watching us, but you're listening to us, you're not seeing my Beetlejuice ass shirt that I'm wearing right now.
You're looking like an elf.
If you do want to see us, go ahead and check us out on YouTube. You can go ahead and get subscribed over there, and we'll put resources down in the description below. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of Marketing 100. I'm Kayle, your salon and spa business bestie, and we'll see you in the next one.